to Anish over here because one of the best and the most popular games comes under your banner. And globally, that's PUBG. And the rendition of it which we have, the version of it which we have in India, is BGMI. So Naman, I'm sure, has this question at the back of his head, as does every pro gamer in the country. At the Asian Games, when India competes, and we play a key role at the Asian Games, will they be playing PUBG or India's BGMI?
So AESF, they have announced the 8 games that will be considered medal events in the Asian Games. And the Olympics Committee and the Asian Games Federation, they are figuring out the format and the logistics as to how this should be conducted, all right? So for us, we are certainly talking with them and again, understanding what exactly, how we select, how we send, and all of that. But certainly, we're looking forward to conducting that and sending people over there to have that. I just want to add a little bit more over there. Esports being part of Asian Games, it certainly adds a lot of legitimacy to esports, right? Not just the games which are participating, it's for the entire video games industry, actually. And certainly, participating and competing for your country, it's a great feeling. I would totally understand that for any player going over here, right? But even for Asian Games, this is needed. How do you attract the young crowd to watch your games? So for us, we need Asian Games. I believe that Asian Games needs us as well as much, actually. That's what I would say.
So from one Anish on the panel, we're now moving to the other Anish on the panel, Anish Kapoor from Infinix Mobiles. Anish, welcome to our panel.
Thank you, Aayush.
And what I wanted to ask you was, now, you're running a smartphone company here in India, and I've noticed that there are a lot of product innovations that smartphone manufacturers are coming with. I was talking to Naman earlier as well, and there's so many features that make gaming easier for the young generation that's playing gaming, for everyone tuned in. There are things like a higher refresh rate on your mobile. If Naman was playing on a phone with I mean, he'd beat me anyways, but if he was playing on a phone with a 60 hertz refresh rate, and I was on a 120 hertz refresh rate, like the new iPhones, I would perhaps be able to spot Naman sooner and perhaps knock him out in the game as well. So there are small technicalities that smartphone companies are working on, low input lag as well, without getting too technical. What is Infinix doing in this space to promote gaming? Because I know there's a casual gamer, there's a hyper-casual gamer, and then there's a pro gamer like Naman. Are you guys looking at the budget smartphone space for gaming, or is this going to be more of a premium sort of a thing?
So, a great question, Aayush. I think what we have seen, essentially what we saw, e-gaming or esports, it took off during pandemic. So one of the things which came out of pandemic, which was pretty, while there are a lot of negatives, but a lot of positives also came out of that time frame. And the numbers came staggering. I think we had some close to 100 million downloads on new gamers which were added during pandemic. So it became, it was like something, and something which we used to receive as a feedback, okay, this is what you should really come out with gaming phones or something which is capable of gaming or esports. The problem right now is people perceive gaming as only playing those 3-4 heavy-duty games.
Correct.
But I think esports has to do much more than that. It is a lot of other natural sports or normal sports which have gone into esports format now. So yes, we are doing a lot of stuff. In fact, there's a whole bunch of work happening in the R&D space. We introduced a darling technology which is very specific to us, wherein we are actually giving that opportunity to people to experience good gaming in a budget segment as well. So when we talk about budget segment, 8 to 20,000 is where we want to really put our focus and energies on, because as you rightly said, now esports is going to be an Asian game kind of event where I think we have close to 8 gold medals or 24 medals on stake now. So I think once you get into that kind of space wherein you think this can be massified or can be taken to tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 kind of audience and get younger people involved, and it can become a career for them. So I think that's what is the journey which we intend to take along with you, or along with the people who are really looking at this as a career option. So you will see a lot of work happening there. And most of our devices are very capable, because when we talk about this, it's a bigger screen, more RAM, ROM. So those capabilities along with a good chipset and bigger battery, of course, fast charging. So these are the things which help gaming a lot. So I think apart from Darlink, to make the gaming experience much smoother, I think these are the things which become standard for us. So I think that's what we are going to do and continue to do so.